a short video. But it's David Clare. David Clare on YouTube. David Clare on Facebook. Clare David on Instagram. Conversation today is about commitment. What is it you're committed to? I think I've kind of touched on this before. Well, I know I have. It's been in other videos, but I don't know that I've had one specific to commitment. But what are you committed to in life? Because in one way or another, you're committed to something. Either committed to being successful or failing, and everywhere in between. Whether that's with your health, relationships, business or career, and then time and money freedom, which is the way I see four things: health, relationships, business, and resources, which would be time and money. In that level of value too, health is definitely the most important. If you don't have your health, which physical, mental, emotional, what else do you have? And then people, our loved ones, are second most important. And then our career is third. But I made this commitment for 45 days, and right now it's, I don't even know what time, probably 10 to 11. And I just realized, because I saw one of my good friends and another coach video on Instagram, and it reminded me that I needed to make this video today. I already made my Instagram video, so I just needed to knock out this video. But what is it that you want in life? And I think I've touched on it before, is are you committed to results, pleasurable results, or pleasurable actions? Because if you're committed to only pleasurable actions and what's comfortable, I would say remove the idea of success in your life, because it's going to be extremely frustrating and probably nearly impossible to become successful if you're not willing to do something that's uncomfortable and something that's difficult. And not to say that all of it's going to be difficult and all of it's going to be uncomfortable, but parts of it are going to be. And I would say a greater portion of it is going to be doing stuff you're not comfortable with, because really, if you don't do anything different, you'll never get anything different. You may get an evolved result of what you're doing right now, but is that really what you want? Do you want to just make incremental differences or gains, or do you want to make quantum leaps, paradigm shifts, and make exponential growth that where what you put in multiplies what you get back? If that's what you're looking to get into, then you're going to have to take some big time actions. So are you committed? You're committed to something in all four areas of your life. But is your commitment bringing you closer to the life you want to live? Is it keeping you where you're at? Because if it's keeping you where you're at, I promise you're not staying. You're going further away. Because the world is always evolving. You as a human have to keep pace with the evolution of our surroundings. Because if not, you start falling behind. So the idea that you're not going to change it's impossible. If you believe that you're not going to change and that you're going to live your life the same way, you're just going to go backwards. You're going to lose pace with whatever you have right now. You're going to lose pace. even people that are ultra successful, if they just said, just threw in the towel and said, yeah, I'm just going to coast through the rest of life, their success is going to deplete, their businesses will deplete, their buildup of wealth, their toys, all the stuff that they've gained is going to start disappearing. And if they don't maintain what they have, it's going to start decaying. So are you committed to a success? Or are you committed to being average? Because being average isn't, that I know of, the average of success is only 5%. And then the 3%, I think, is a whole different level than the 5%. And the 1% is much higher on contribution, service, products that they deliver, and obviously the reward that they get from what it is that they're giving to the universe or to the world or humanity or our evolution. So if you want to be average, then give up trying to be successful, because average isn't successful. And success ultimately is based on a level of happiness and enjoyment and fulfillment that you have with yourself and your life. But how many people do you know are fulfilled, are excited to get out of bed, they look forward to Monday morning, and don't look forward to Friday afternoon because they don't get to do their career. And they go home and maybe they have like the total opposite. Like they don't look forward to the weekends as much as most people do. And if they do, they're probably doing something that most people aren't doing. Going on maybe short vacations, eating in restaurants that most people can't afford, living in areas that most people think are unreasonable, doing things that extraordinary people do. If you want to be extraordinary, which I think is another level of success, a higher level of success, you're going to have to commit to some big things. And commit to them no matter what it takes. Because it's about the outcome. It's not about what's in front of you. What's in front of you can be taken care of easily. And you just keep taking care of and taking care of and taking care of until it's all taken care of. But there's always more to take care of. Because success is, in Earl Nightingale's terms, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So success, just like happiness over here, it's not a destination. It's an ongoing movement, process, and evolution of who we become. But someone who reaches success, then stops pursuing, eventually becomes unsuccessful. So it's something that is maintained, something that not maintained, it's more than maintained. It's something you're always reaching further and further and further and further and further and further. And it's nonstop. Or just create a system through automation or whatever residual income that can allow you to have the freedom that you want. which is ultimately, I think, where it's at. Being paid for something that you did years ago, weeks ago, days ago, hours ago, and it repaying and repaying. That's why insurance and certain industries are, people create a lot of wealth because the guy, my insurance agent, has been getting commissions from me for over 5 years. And to be honest with you, he didn't really do much. His, I don't know what it should be called, his assistant, whoever it was, the lady who signed me up, she just typed in some stuff, worked for a half hour with her in January 2013, and they've been getting commission since then. That's where business is at. But if he was to just say, all right, I've got enough. No, he's always growing. I see advertisements for him. If I look up insurance, his name pops up. So what are you committed to? If you're committed to being average, then acknowledge that. But if you want to know what you're committed to, look at your results. That'll tell you what you're committed to. Because what you think and what you do could be worlds apart.